Welcome back to Get Golfers Moving with Macro Golf. These sessions are all about getting you up, away from your desk, away from the sofa, and getting your body moving. So we're obviously spending a lot more time sat down, locked down, being stuck at home, whatever's going on. So just use this time to get up, get moving, and trust me, your body will thank you for it afterwards. As I say with all of these sessions, we're not gonna need any equipment for any of these sessions, and we're just gonna go through some movements that take you from a floor up into a kneeling position, and then finally up into a standing position where I believe we should spend the majority of our day. So you're not gonna need any equipment, and we're gonna come down onto our backs to start this session. So first of all, well done for getting this session done today. Just by starting this video, you're already a little bit closer to pain-free golf and a pain-free life, so well done. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna take a little bit of time in this position just to regain our thoughts, take control of our breathing, and just kind of let our minds go away from all of the troubles, all of the stress, all of the worries from our day-to-day life, whether you're homeschooling, working from home, whether you're a key worker. No matter what your stresses are at the moment, just try and take your mind to this session for the next 10 minutes. So just start to take some deep breaths in right from the stomach. So we can really breathe in deep from the belly. Have your hands on your belly, feel that belly fill, and then breathe out. Take a few breaths here, just feeling that belly rise and fall. And then when you're ready, just tuck your feet up a little bit closer to your bum. And we're just going to look to engage the glutes slightly. So what I want you to do is just lift your bum very slightly off the mat and just have a little feel of the bum. Make sure your bum is activated and is hard. And you should be able to touch your hamstrings and they should be pretty loose. So you want a hard bum, loose hamstrings. That's what we're after. If you feel like you've got that and you feel like you're owning it, then just continue that up. Still feel like that is the way that's working. So tight bum there, loose hamstrings, and just slowly take that up higher, higher and higher till you take yourself all the way up into a glute bridge. If you feel like you're owning that, you feel like it's your glutes doing the work, then you can then just take your hands up to face the sky, and we're seeing how solid can we get this position. So we just hold this, squeezing the glutes. We're really starting to get those to fire. Hamstrings nice and loose. We're not taking any load into our lower back, all in the glutes. Squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute. Drop yourself down, keep your hands up to the sky. And now what we need to do is be able to just fire straight into that position with the glute. So we're gonna just fire up, and it's the glutes doing the work. So we're just going through the process of training ourselves to fire those glutes. And then once we feel like we're owning that, we should be able to come from relaxed to contracted instantly. So we're just going to do a few more of these. So at this top position, we're squeezing the glutes, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the glutes, slowly lowering down. As soon as you touch the mat, fire back up. Squeeze the glutes in the top. Slowly lower down. We're going to do one more. And as soon as you hit the mat, fire up. Good. Slowly bring yourself back down again and give yourself some room. Now, with your hands staying up to the sky, you're now going to get a 90-degree bend in the hip, the knee, and the ankle. So you're going to come up into this position here, and you're going to feel that you're going to need to use your core muscles to keep yourself in this position, right? Now from here, what we're looking to do is we're looking to drop the legs all the way over to our left, but keep our shoulders flat on the mat. So we need a little bit of room. So from this position, all of our legs are going to drop over to the left. So they drop all the way over, but I'm keeping my shoulders flat on the mat. I'm struggling for room a little bit. Hopefully you've got more room than me. So now I'm in this position. So I've got my hips bent over facing to the left, my shoulders over to the right. So I'm getting some nice separation from hip to shoulder. Key element of the golf swing. And now I'm going to use my core muscles to bring those legs back to the middle. Good. We're going to repeat that 2 more times on that side. So they drop over to the left, hands facing the sky, shoulders flat on the mat. Get a nice separation from hip to shoulder. And then we use the core muscles. Bring our legs back, up to straight. 1 more this side. Legs drop over. Nice separation. And then use the core muscles. Bring it all the way back. Good. So I can come back over now. We're going to do to the right side. So up into this position. Legs now drop over to the right. Nice separation from hips to shoulder. Use the core muscles and bring it back. Repeat on that side. And back, and last one on this side now. Over we go. And back up. Great work. Feet back down to the mat. Hands can come down. We're going to come all the way now into our tabletop position on all fours. Bring yourself up. And round onto hands and knees. And good work. So now we're going to work a little bit more on the core. And from this position on the hands and knees, I want you to have a nice solid base. And now your torso is not going to move and your hips are not going to move. Everything's going to remain nice and stable. But what you're going to do is you're going to lift alternate arm, alternate leg. So you're going to do right arm, left leg, and you're just going to make yourself as long as possible. So I'm trying to push my heel back as far as possible and reach my arm out as far as possible. But I'm going to do that with a closed fist. So I'm creating some tension through this arm, really trying to stretch that heel out as far as I can. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then just slowly bring it back in. I'm going to touch my elbow to my knee, trying to keep my torso nice and even. And then again, make myself as long as possible. So I'm not lifting this leg up. I'm just trying to make myself as long as possible. Come back in. Elbow to knee. And again, reach all the way out. Good, we're going to do the other side now. So it's going to be left hand, right leg. Stretch all the way out. Heel back as far as you can. Create a fist in front of you. Really reach, 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 reach. Pull it all the way in. Create some tension in that system. Back we go. Really make yourself long. Tall as you can. Heel back. Back into the middle, last one. Push it all the way back. And take a rest there. Good. So I want you to come, I'm going to come facing the camera. And I want you to come up into kind of like a little bit wider than hip width. And we're just going to work a little bit on our squat position. Now, if you don't own a deep squat, which I'm not expecting everyone to, then that is not a problem. We're going to have a few different ways for you to do this. So if you can't get yourself all the way down into a good deep squat here, don't worry. What I want you to do is come down with your hands in front of you, feet a little bit wider, and this is going to be your position. All right. If you can get into a little bit of a deeper squat, then you can walk the hands back a little bit and be here. If you feel like you can get into a really deep squat, go from that position. So what we're doing, I'll demonstrate from all three, is from this position, what we need to do is drop your knee down to the mat. And then you can drop your other knee down to the mat. So this is option number one, right? Knee down to mat, knee down to mat. Option number one. Option number two, hands back a little bit further and knee down to mat from this position. Option number three, if you've got it, you're going to come into your deep squat and without using your hands, you're going to drop your knee to the mat. All right, so they're your three options. Option one, option two, option three. I'm going to demonstrate option three because I think it wouldn't be fair not to. So if you've got it, let's go for it. So we're going to do a few repetitions on each side. So we're dropping knee to floor, knee to floor, really getting those hips working. A few more each side. So if you're on your hands, that's fine. Just working that knee down to the mat. And take a rest there. Bring yourself all the way up into a standing position. I apologise for that, that was not easy, but I just wanted to include that one today. So, now from a standing position, what you're going to do is shift your weight all the way onto your left leg. So all weight onto my left leg now. If you need something to hold on to balance, don't worry. Grab something, chair, table, whatever you need. If you think you can do it without, let's try without. So all the way onto my left leg now. What I'm going to do is take a big step to the right, but weight is still on my left leg. So what I'm doing is touching my toe out to the right. I'm then going to touch my toe forwards, touch my toe backwards, and back out. So I'm just going to repeat from these 3 positions, and that's going to feel pretty easy for most of you, right? So what I'm now going to do, come into a deeper squat onto this left leg. So if that was enough of a challenge first, don't worry, stay there. If it was easy, come onto one leg, drop into this squat, and now we're repeating on this side. And I want you to stay really stable as you go through these positions. All this weight is loaded onto this left leg. Really working on balance, stability, and also working on your glute strength as well on that left leg. As you shift between those positions, it's going to start to build a little bit. It's going to be a little bit harder. Keep an eye on your breathing. And take a rest there. We're going to swap onto the other leg. Onto the right leg now. All of our weight onto the right leg. Slight bend in that leg. We're going to touch the toe out and forward. If you want to take that squat even deeper, you can. Totally up to you. Just find your level that feels good today. You'll start to feel that blood pumping around. That's exactly what we want. Starting to use those muscles that have become a little bit lazy. Keep an eye on your balance, keep an eye on your breathing. 10 more seconds. And take a rest there. Well done. Let's do a little bit of a cool down for ourselves. Shake the arms off. We're going to do big circles with the arms and take them all the way up to the sky. Big circle all the way round and back. Hands all the way up. Big circles round and back. A few more of these. Up and round. Last one. Up and round. Let's work a little bit on the neck. So we're just going to drop the neck all the way ear to shoulder. Just regain your breathing. Other ear to shoulder. Take them deep, cleansing breaths. Just let your head rock backwards. Tuck your chin up. Drop your head forwards. And shake it off there. Guys, fantastic work today. Well done for getting this session done. That is Get Golfers Moving. I'll see you in the next video.